Buckle up for another episode of Ghost Phasers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun as always is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Mommy.
What?
Mother?
You're talking to me?
Yeah. Are you my mommy?
Do I look like I'm wearing a diner's waitress outfit?
In my head, you are.
All right, let's get into it.
Ghost Phasers! We're facing ghosts! We're others, we're not! We're ghosts! Ghost Phasers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghost Phasers! We're facing nightmare! We're facing dread! Ghost Phasers! We're facing faceless! We're facing dead!
Welcome to Ghost Phaser. Today we're discussing Season 6, Episode 19.
It's the season finale.
Mommy,
At
dearest.
least the way I remembered it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, kind of.
Oh, I guess because, yeah.
I thought this episode and the actual finale were one episode.
Fair.
In my head.
Fair. Yeah, no, this episode is Mommy, sorry, dearest.
Sorry.
Mommy, sorry, dearest. Mommy.
6 feet tall and super strong.
Oh, how often do you get that song on TikTok?
Not much anymore.
But it was for a while.
This my TikTok has gotten more aggressive.
It's just axing women and
I mean,
yeah, I know. I get it.
She's got a sword now.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the confusing thing about that one is that's content for lesbians.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're telling me that you're interested in a woman who's not interested in you? That's so surprising.
Or that. Carry on.
Yeah. Well, before we start talking about this episode, we've got a review.
Ooh.
From George on Instagram.
All right. Saturday Instagram with
Yeah,
George.
Yeah. Not really. Who goes on to say, "Hi, Ghost Phasers. I am a super fan of your podcast.
Nice.
No one analyzes supernatural like you two.
I agree.
And you both just bounce off each other like clockwork. Extremely charismatic and enjoyable to listen along to."
Hey, there you
Oh
go.
my God.
Have we not read that one before?
I was wondering that too. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, let's just do it again.
Yeah.
Just wanted to thank you for all the entertainment you've brought me. I am unsure if I've missed it, but I don't think the two of you have had an episode discussing the Ghost Phasers web series.
No, we have not.
If I'm correct, and you haven't, I highly recommend doing so. Besides the fact that they share your name, the web series is loads of fun and comes with a cameo from Misha himself. We definitely have read this before, haven't we?
I feel like we have.
Yeah. Thanks for reading it, I hope, and I look forward to anything
Good
more
energy. I love how you're
keep
doing
putting
this,
out.
by the way.
Well, now I feel dumb.
Well, it only took 6 seasons
Wait, to look dumb or to repeat one?
to feel dumb.
Oh, yeah. This episode aired April 29th, 2011.
Nice.
All right. It was written by Adam Glass.
Yeah.
Don't throw stones. Directed by John F. Showalter. You gotta.
I thought I didn't have anything.
You're gonna say he's a glass hole.
No, I was gonna say Adam Glass and Eve Stone.
Oh yeah, you're right. You didn't have anything. Viewed by an estimated. Oh god. Oh my god.
Not like this.
Viewed by an estimated 2.01 million viewers.
Back up.
Yeah, from 190
Baby.
up to 201. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Let's watch the promo for this week's episode. Bad boy. Yep.
Mary Winchester looks so fucking hot.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, but
You're
that
not wrong.
That 50s diner outfit.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yes. Yeah.
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 I'm not fucking made of stone.
Yeah. I just had a rough day at the office. Time to go have a black coffee, a well done steak, and 40 cigarettes.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the promo's fine. It's
Promo's nothing at all.
No.
It doesn't even tell you. It looks like it's clips from other episodes.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like it's telling you
No, yeah, it's kind of uninteresting.
considering that they could have gone with like the kind of like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what is this?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly.
Or another infection thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the international titles.
All right.
So the title is a reference to Mommy Dearest, a tell-all autobiography and later 1981 film by Christina Crawford, who details an abusive childhood at the hands of her mother, actress Joan Crawford.
Right.
This episode was also originally given the title Trail of the Dead as a tentative title. Trail of the Dead is the moniker of an American alternative rock band from Austin, Texas. Both Sam and Dean Winchester's actors, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, hail from Texas, although neither from Austin. Padalecki was born in San Antonio and Ackles in Dallas. So,
Trail of the Dead's cool.
yeah, neither. Yeah, real. I mean, yeah, Mommy Dearest makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Mommy.
Mommy, sorry. All right, let's start with Hungary.
We're starting with Hungary.
Starting with Hungary.
Okay. I'm gonna say son fucks mother with bite play.
Hashtag ruined.
Hashtag ruined.
No, it's
Okay.
one word.
Oh. Mommy.
No.
Oh, okay.
The Hungarian title is Hybrids.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, not
that's
bad.
good, yeah.
Not too bad. All right, next.
So technically not. Well, whatever. We'll get into it.
Next, we're going to. The next two titles are the most metal things I've ever heard on these.
Okay.
The next one is the German title.
Okay, and it's metal as shit.
Yeah.
German title. I guess it's that's not metal. I was gonna say the Monster Mash.
What's the most metal thing I can
What's
think
the most
of?
metal thing I can think of?
When they did the mash.
Yeah.
The Monster Mash.
The monster fuck.
Yeah. Fuck, that's such a good video.
I don't know.
It's Crown of Creation.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can make a perfect thing
No.
if you maybe take elements of all the best things and then you can.
I mean, arguably Crown of Creation is the one thing we can't turn into that bit.
And yet somehow.
And yeah.
All right. The final one. It's the
France?
French title. Which is the most
Is it-
metal title I've ever heard.
Oh, like Damned Chimera or something.
No, it's also a pretty long title.
All right, hit me.
The French title is To Fire and the Sword.
To Fire and the Sword?
Yes.
What?
Well, it's I mean, you can read it in French. It's at the top there.
Sorry, where?
Very top.
I thought no, that's not what that means at all.
No?
It means of fire and of blood.
Oh, well, that's not my translation. It's somebody else's. That's still pretty fucking metal.
You thought that was sword? Sword is épée.
I don't know French.
Sang, like being sanguine. It's one of your four humors is blood. If you have a sanguine personality, sang is blood.
The amount of things that you just said that I don't understand. You fucking theater dork. I don't know.
What about that? It was theater.
English dork.
Wow.
Yeah. French dork.
I don't know. Just try fucking knowing things. I don't know.
Yeah, I do things. You know them. That's the deal.
We've talked about this that long. I'm cursed with knowledge, and you're cursed with action.
Yeah. I can act but have no knowledge to back it up.
Yeah.
You have all the knowledge but no need to
And
action.
no motivation.
Yeah.
To act. Yeah.
It's the reason why we're together.
Yeah, we're like a binary star.
Together we can do anything though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. but like, featured music from this episode. We get some good ones.
Yes. And I even made note of it, like, in my head while we were watching it. Now I cannot for the life of me remember what it is.
Where did you come from, baby?
Yeah.
Where did you go? I needed you.
Yeah, that's right.
You sexy thing, you.
Yeah, thank you.
By Hot Chocolate.
Yeah.
And Miracles by Jefferson Starship, of course.
Ugh.
We'll get into it. TV
It's
Guide.
such a dumb fucking name.
I fucking love it so much.
Ugh.
TV Guide describes this episode as Sam and Dean visit a small town in Oregon where the citizens are all demons who appear to be dying. Meanwhile, Eve appears and tortures the brothers by bringing back their late mother as a demon.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, I know. Kind of no. Like, none of them are
I mean,
demons.
she's torturing me by coming back like that. Let's just say it's a good thing she wasn't counting down.
Yeah. All right, Ron Jeremy.
Okay, did you send me this?
Yes.
The thing about Ron Jeremy?
Yes, that he counts down before.
No.
Oh, which thing?
God,
Uh-oh.
is this real?
Uh-oh.
I saw a thing that Ron Jeremy is in like a psychiatric ward,
Oh.
and he's got like some kind of dementia or whatever, but he thinks it's a porn set, and his evidence is he keeps pointing to how many nurses there are.
Oh my God. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now I don't know where I got that.
Uh-oh.
And it's...
Whoa, that's
what reality am I in?
it's a very specific thing.
Yeah. Am I getting transmissions from an alternate Earth?
Maybe. Well, before we talk about...
Sam and Dean's mom's about to get emissions from an alternate Earth.
Jesus Christ. Alternate girth.
A crisis on infinite girths.
Jesus Christ. Gapes make
Yeah.
fapping.
I'm the panty monitor, baby. It's all comic book jokes.
Yep.
On the wrong show.
Yep. Well,
You really got to listen to Dr. DC at this point. Everything's a crossover.
everything is a crossover. If you want the full continuity of our lives.
Yeah.
Well, before we start talking about this episode, why don't we open up Dad's journal and learn about some of the real world lore?
Let's see what the lore says about Chimera,
Really?
baby.
So we're just never doing Eve?
Listen, this isn't Eve.
But it's her name.
She just calls herself that, but it's not Eve.
Okay.
Listen, this is my fucking segment.
Yeah, if you'd fucking run it, probably I would have to step in.
Who of us knows things?
Yeah, but I'm going to do something about it. All right, let's tell me about Chimera.
Come on, man.
Chimera. Give me all the details.
Chimera,
Chimera, chim chiroo.
the body of a lion and the head of a goat.
Couldn't have rhymed it with chiroo.
Chirote. That's not where that rhyme's going.
When Dean mom shows up, I'll put it in her throat.
Jesus. What the fuck? I'll put it in her throat. I was going to make a joke with the word throat. I wasn't going to say that. Jesus. Good Lord. I was going to say something like, Jim, Chirote. It's come gutter, Sam, and the gutter's his throat.
Oh, that's good
I was
too.
going to do something like that.
Yeah, no, that's less aggressive.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, mine's worse, I guess.
You are kind of fucked up.
All right, talk about Chimera.
Yeah, so Chimera. So in the modern era, the word chimera is used to refer to any creature in fiction or myth that is like made of two or more animals.
Sure.
However, the word itself refers to a specific beast of Greek myth.
Oh.
So the chimera of myth was a lion, like a full lion, that had the head of a goat coming out of the middle of its back, like Nuclevi style.
Weird.
And
I hate that.
And its tail was a snake, but the end of the tail was the snake's head.
Oh.
And the goat's head could breathe fire.
Sure. Fucking sure.
And in some versions, it was also like a 3-headed lion.
Yes.
So a 3-headed lion, goat's head in the back, breathing fire.
What?
Snake for a tail.
Sure.
And that chimera was said to be a sibling of Cerberus and the Hydra. It could breathe fire out of the
Were
goat's
Cerberus
head.
and Hydra related? Because that's the only way he's...
I mean, just in that they were like created by...
Okay, I was like...
I think that God Typhon is part of that too.
That feels like a weird incestuous, like, creature to come from the two of those.
Yeah. Well, so as the term though has shifted meaning and
Sure.
no longer only meaning that particular animal,
Sure.
but just meaning, fusion animals,
Nice.
it's been applied more broadly. So a chimera, I would say, generally means an obvious mashup in that you are seeing like specific components of different animals. This is why I thought of this, because in this episode, the boys are coming across like vamp fangs,
Yeah.
wraith, spike.
Yeah.
We're seeing actual parts of different monsters. So things like, these are chimeric type creatures. Could be mermaids, hippogriffs, centaurs,
Wow.
pegasi.
Sure.
But then there's also kind of things that are more like hybrids that could be considered in some way chimeric, like a werewolf or a vampire. Where
Sure.
There's obviously an animal element, and there's sort of a fusion there, but it's not the same as it would be more like, I think the chimera version of a vampire would be like if a person looked like a bat. Like man bat, like that kind of thing is more of it. So here's the interesting thing, though, that I thought you would appreciate. The term chimera is used in the field of genetics.
Really?
Yes. It describes any tissue that contains 2 or more sets of DNA. I'm going to fuck this up, but it's different from hybridism, which is where you breed 2 different things together.
Yeah.
And then they get traits of each. You know what I mean? Like if you're splicing like stuff from one plant to another plant.
Yeah.
You make a new kind of rose or whatever. That's
Sure.
like hybridism.
Sure.
To be chimeric in a genetic sense, it can happen due to this thing called zygotic fusion. So the clearest way to describe this is to imagine 2 zygotes that would normally be like fraternal twins.
Okay.
But imagine one is absorbed by the other, but they continue to grow as one being.
Whoa.
In a majority of, so you become, what do they call it? You're tetragametic. You have 4 gametes, 4 sets of gametes.
Whoa.
In most cases, you would never know that
Oh,
a
really?
person was tetragametic. But in some cases, it manifests physically as like heterochromia, where you have 2 different color eyes, or as hermaphrodite. I don't know what
Didic?
like to be hermaphroditic,
Yeah.
or hermaphroditism, or whatever that
Yeah.
word is. And then, or there's also like a pigmentation thing that can happen sometimes.
Oh.
But for the most part, you'd never know. But like a chimera, like there are like human chimera in that they are more than one being merged into one.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think I watched a video like that.
Easy. And if you do listen to Dr. DC, there's a superhero that has chimera powers.
We just talked about them.
Did we?
Well, that like forces animals and stuff
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess we did, yeah. Bawanda Beast has
Yeah.
chimera powers.
Look at that.
Yeah, so there you go.
There's a chimera.
Chimera, baby.
Oh, wow. Not Eve, but that's fine. Let's get to today's episode. We start with the then, which is torture and alphas.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. Crowley.
Tell me where your mommy is.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're going to cry for your mommy.
Take me to your mommy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dean. We've got Crowley dying.
Yeah.
We've got Eve and...
Being there.
Yep, and the Phoenix the Phoenix ashes.
Yeah.
That's the word I was.
The Phoenix axes.
All right, we get to the now.
Sure.
Starting with two students, Todd Marshall and Ed Bright, leaving a bar and finding Eve waiting for them outside.
Yep. Nobody has red flags about like night dress, barefoot, bloodstained girl. They're just like, she's pretty hot.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Everyone's a fucking dirtbag. It's like, she's clearly been attacked.
Yeah. And that guy's line, you must be an angel fallen from heaven.
Oof.
Yeah. Bad line. Also, the wrong person to say that to.
But also, what? Like, oh, God. Men are horrible.
Have you ever used a pickup line ever in your life?
Oh,
because you were a horrible man at one point.
I was, but I think I was
not confident enough to use a pickup line.
No, I actually think I was so confident I did.
I get that.
It wasn't even like a line, but the most confident I've ever been. At one point, I just leaned over to someone and just like that. I had not been talking to you that night. I just went, "You want to get out of here?" And it just worked.
Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Which is a power few should wield, if any.
Yeah. Some of us. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I've never used a pickup line. Like in that kind of like classic sitcom-y Joey Tribbiani way.
Yeah.
Like
No. I think the closest I ever did was jokingly was like we were like talking, like me and my friend were like going to this university bar, and I was like, I had my phone and I was like, I hate the stupid phone. And the lady was like, why? And I was like, it doesn't have your number in it.
I mean, that's a line.
Yeah.
That counts.
Yeah.
That worked?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So they don't really know who she is.
Never.
What? No. You can say it now. You interrupted.
I was going to say, like, I feel like you must have, like, sold out your comrades in the real world to get plugged back into the Matrix.
Yeah. I don't know what steak tastes like, but I don't care. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you Joey pantsed the resistance.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
This is my best life.
Oh, sorry. Is this not good enough for you?
I just mean to sell up my friends and family, potentially.
I don't know. I'd probably do it for less.
You're like, I just want to taste sausage again.
I just want a real steak.
Yeah. So they don't really know who she is, but she simply touches Ed and walks by as veins seem to briefly spread across his face.
She likes me.
But he like feels kind of sick, it seems like. Eve then goes into the bar and locks the door behind her.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Because she's finding Forrester.
Yeah. What we didn't know was Sean.
Lock the door if you come again.
Yeah. One of the patrons.
You're the mother of all now,
Yeah.
dog.
Yes. Fuck yeah. One of the patrons notices the blood on her dress and asks if she's okay.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And he's like, all right, you're hot.
Then she approaches to them and kisses him. And the same pattern of veins spreads across his face.
Yeah.
As Eve walks through the bar, touching more people, the first man goes berserk. The patrons then begin attacking and biting each other while Eve picks up a drink and watches in satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's a fun, like...
It's not a bad...
Yeah, I like
open.
it. I like the open. It reminds me of kind of that... the League of... whatever it is. The... what's that... The movie where like the sweet solo plays and everybody beats the shit out of each other in the church.
Oh, Kingsman?
Yeah, that's the vibe that I got from that. Not as good, obviously.
To
but
Freebird?
Yeah. Fuck, it's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
That's the cold open. We then go to Bobby and the brothers loading up 5 gun shells with the Phoenix ashes.
Yeah, Dean has been manufacturing these
and they're like, we don't got much.
And Dean's a little concerned because he's like, it doesn't do anything to... Although Sam brings up, like, iron doesn't do anything to us either. It's funny that Dean is like, this should do something to us, right? Like,
yeah, it
is
is.
Nothing else. Like, they never just, like, grab an oak steak and go like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. Like,
you know what I mean?
It's
like,
a weird thing to be upset by, but I guess when you're, like, concerned
I suppose.
about, like, if it's going to work and this is a powerful being, maybe.
I like the idea that Dean is like, if this does work, we have a limited kind of opportunity to use this very precious resource. If this works.
Yes.
Like, I like that he's worried about that, but I think the way he's talking about it, I'm like, have you never done this? Like,
well, I know. But the problem is like, even if it does work, they don't even know where she is.
True.
So that's when they there's a great moment that if you've watched the whole series,
Woo.
It's very interesting because they go, they're like, Dean, can you basically pray for Castiel? We need
Yeah,
help.
like, we need
and he's
his
just like,
help.
why is it always me? Why do you think I should be the one?
And Cass is already behind.
He's like,
him.
what? He's like, do you think I can just like pull him up from my butt?
Well, no. He says, I can't remember what he says, but then he turns around and Cass is there and he goes, get out of my ass. And
Yes.
Cass goes, but I wasn't in your anyway.
I could be.
Yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very funny. I like that moment a lot. Castiel appears and admits that Eve is shielded from angels.
Yeah.
So Sam suggests that they may need to find a friendly monster.
Yeah, he's
maybe
like, we've encountered monsters that like aren't
Yeah.
all bad.
Like if
Maybe
Eve's
we gotta-
connect to all monsters, then theoretically
Yeah.
maybe a monster will be able to find out where she is.
So Cass goes and abducts
Lenore.
the vampire that
That's
we haven't
right.
seen since like season
Several
3,
years ago, yeah.
season 3, I think, which would have been a Gordon episode.
Yes.
I couldn't
that's
remember
right.
his name,
Yep.
and they don't say it.
No, they don't.
It's like
Recognizing them, she tries to run away from them, but is cornered through. Though they assure they won't kill her.
yes,
Even telling her of Gordon's eventual fate of turning into a vampire and him getting decapitated, which somewhat pleases her.
I do like that. Well, I feel like Dean's like, yeah, with razor wire, it was awesome.
There is
She's
a
like,
great
I
moment.
am- like she's also like, cool.
I am one of those
I'm a
things.
vampire though, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jesus.
I do love that, like the little micro actions that like Jensen always does, which is like nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
with razor wire, it was dope as shit.
Yeah. They ask her about Eve, and Lenore says she's trying to stay away from her.
Yeah, we basically get this implication that like all monsters are kind of being bombarded with this like psychic call
Yes.
to go to her and to be more monstrous.
Yes.
And that and she's like, I'm trying to resist it and I can't. My whole nest has like succumbed to it.
Yeah.
We're all going to. I already have actually. Like
Well,
I've
we get that in a second.
you know, but like,
yeah.
but we get this implication that it's not just that Eve is organizing or making new monsters
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like she has like dominion over existing monsters.
Exactly.
Like she's exercising this sort of like psychic will through all of them.
So Dean suggests that she should tell them where Eve is, and Lenore warns that Eve can see through her. Sam appeals to her better nature, saying that Lenore can't want the entire planet dead. And Lenore tells them that Eve is in Grants Pass, Oregon.
Yeah.
And Eve knows that they're coming for her.
And Eve is like, listen, like I've already fed, like even
Lenore, yeah.
Lenore is like, I can't fight this. So if you're gonna go there, before you do, you got to do me a favor and kill me.
Yeah.
And Sam is like, no. And Dean's like, well, we'll lock you down. We'll figure it out. Blah blah blah. She's like, no, you've got to kill me. But as they're arguing back and
Yes.
forth, Cass just fucking comes over and smites her, and it's so
It's
violent.
so much worse than if they had just done it themselves.
Other like, like we've seen angels get stabbed and the same like.
Yeah. This
You know,
is
the light out of their face, but this like burns her face off from the inside out.
Yeah. It's aggressive. I mean, Castiel the entire time was sort of looking at her with disgust anyway, so I'm not that surprised.
And then they look at him. He's like, "We had to hurry this up."
Oh my god, I know. He's so much different than I remember him. It's so funny. So
This cast has seen some shit.
yeah, Castiel then teleports Bobby and the Winchesters to Grants Pass.
Yeah,
But they find nothing amiss.
yeah.
They go to a diner, and Bobby accesses the police department on an
iPad. He's like, "I need a computer." He gets an iPad. He's
The
like,
first
"I
time
said
we've
I
ever-
wanted a computer.
We've also never seen him use a computer before on the show.
Ever?
No.
Even like at his desk.
No, he's always on books. It's always Sam that's reading a computer.
Oh, interesting.
But
Well,
he
shit.
finds nothing. There is a moment where a waitress comes by and says, "You got anything?" And that is
Yeah.
her. that
Yes,
is his
yeah,
Eve. Castiel tries to teleport away to search the town, but realizes that he can't.
Yeah. He's like,
blocked.
well, yeah. He's like, I'll go fly around. I'll be right back. And he's just always there. And they're like, you can go. And he's like,
It's like, don't make the poop face.
yeah. He's like, yeah, something's blocking I'm powerless.
And Dean calls
I
him
love that Dean is just like, I mean, without powers, you're
you're a baby in a trench coat,
yeah.
which actually hurts his feelings. Castiel reacts by turning and looking out the window.
Would a baby pee in your ass, Dean?
Yeah. Jesus.
Listen to yourself.
So his turning and looking out the window was actually not scripted, but happened because Misha actually forgot his lines, which is why the others looked so confused.
That's like fucking Joey Tribbiani acting.
Yes.
The smell the fart acting.
Yeah, so good. Bobby learns that Ed Bright's doctor, Silver, called the CDC. Dean and Castiel go to his office and discover that he's disappeared.
Yeah.
As Dean picks the lock of the office.
Sorry, I was going to say, they run into the receptionist outside the doctor's office, and Dean is like, oh, my friend needs to see the doctor, and Cass is like, I have a burning sensation.
Yes.
She's like, get an ointment, hon. The doctor's not in. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a fun receptionist. See ya. She like walks away.
So then Dean picks the lock to the office, and they spot blood on Silver's shed and finds Ed Bright's corpse inside.
Yeah.
Dean prepares to burn it. Bobby and Sam go to Silver's home and confirm that the house is empty.
And as they're walking away, the cops pull up. And they're dressed so shittily. Like the boys, are, like Bobby and Sam are dressed so shittily.
It's Bobby that's really ruining it.
They pull out the badges, and the cop's like, you
Casual
Friday? And he's like, we came right over from a few towns.
Yeah,
way.
it's the least convincing they've ever been, because at least Dean and Sam like are not stained clothing. Like Bobby, it's the least convincing time that they've ever done this. But the sheriff says that he's there to see if Silver is sick. Bobby successfully bluffs the sheriff into putting their APB back at the station.
Bobby talks cop really well.
Yeah, he does. Dean and Castiel then arrive, and Castiel points out that Ed Bright is in a nearby house.
Yeah.
Sam and Dean break in and find several Ed Brights.
So many Ed bodies.
Yes.
This is a good moment.
Yeah.
It's like also a thing we've never seen.
No, yeah. Most of them are dead, but one is dying.
Still coffee, but they check his ID and it's the friend.
Yeah.
And then he's like, do I look like Ed? And they're like, no.
You're sick.
Yeah,
you're just having a fever.
But it's like all these people are turning into Ed and then dying. And it's like, oh, Jesus.
It's a weird monster ability.
Yeah.
Marshall asks if they all look like Ed. Yeah, they just say he's hallucinating. He tells them that they were at a bar and gives them the address and says that a girl in white was there.
Yeah.
Marshall dies before he can say anything further. So the four men go to the bar and find everyone inside dead.
Is it just that they find them all dead, or are they also Eds?
No. They're just all dead. In the bar full of dead hybrid monsters, though.
Yeah, because Dean looks down and opens one's mouth, and there's vamp fangs, and he goes, "Oh, we got a vamp over here." But then he holds up their hand, and he goes, "With a wraith spike."
Yes.
I'm not sure what we're dealing with anymore, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Dean mentions that the Motoba virus. In the medical horror movie Outbreak, the Motoba virus is impossibly contagious, 100% fatal, hemorrhagic fever that makes Ebola look mild. One of them is a vampire, but has a wraith spike, and they realize that Eve is creating hybrids.
Yeah.
As the person discovering them, Dean names them Jefferson Starship. I love this.
Fucking name.
I love it so much.
I hate this name. It's so stupid.
It's fun.
He doesn't even have a good rationale. They're like, why? And he's like, because it's
they're hard to kill and they suck.
They suck.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with being I guess only because Jefferson Starship is halfway between Jefferson Airplane and Starship.
I mean, that's probably another thing.
But it's not like those were two separate things that came together to be that. That was it went Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship. So it's actually not the same.
Sure.
Because one is you're describing an evolution of a thing. You know what I mean?
I think it's fun.
I think it's stupid. I really hate it. And they do the Starship's over here.
It's funny.
I hate it.
Anyway,
I actually actively hate. I hate this.
It never bothers me. I always think it's fun.
The dumbest shit in the world.
All right. Bobby concludes that they have all burned out. As they talk, the sheriff and his deputies arrive and arrest Sam, Bobby, and Castiel, while Dean hides behind the bar. At the sheriff's office, Sam catches
coward.
Sam catches a glimpse of the officers in the surveillance mirrors and realizes that they're starships.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh my God, I knew it. They start to fight back, and Dean arrives in time to kill them, all except the sheriff.
There's some good stuff in it. Like a guy, like one gets like their head cut in half,
Yeah,
like, through like the nose.
That's
like,
rad. I like that.
That's a pretty good kill. Like some of that stuff's pretty good in this episode.
They capture the sheriff and take him to an interrogation room.
Yeah,
but he refuses to answer Bobby's questions.
Yeah.
They hear a banging noise outside and realize that more starships are attacking.
Yeah.
It's gonna come up again. Just deal with it. Gonna say it a bunch of times.
It's such a dumb name.
It's why it's funny.
No, it's not.
Sometimes things are just random.
It's just dumb.
It's random.
To quote Benoit Blanc.
Yes. Sam and Dean then go to investigate and find Silver's 2 children locked up in a cell.
Yeah.
The boys free them, and the brothers introduce themselves as Joe and Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan, the younger one, won't talk, and Joe explains that his brother can't talk since they came for them. Dean says that they'll be able to free them as soon as they confirm they're human.
I know there's like a plot reason for this, but if you just take it on face value, he goes like, my brother hasn't talked since it happened.
Yeah.
Normally when you do that in a movie, it's like, that was 3 years ago.
Sure.
This is like, it was like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in shock.
Yeah,
That's normal
It'll
shock.
take time. Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's not like, and he hasn't spoken since 1983.
Sure,
Like,
yeah. Fair.
It's very funny.
It's a very
like,
normal response, yeah.
A bunch of shit went down yesterday. He hasn't talked. That's fine.
Yeah. That's funny. Sam and Dean bring Joe and Ryan back to the office, give them food, and ask them what they know. Joe explains that the creatures were holding them for food. Dean promises that he'll take the boys to their uncle 15 miles away.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of the episode that I think's just a wee bit contrived.
Sure, that's fair.
What happens here is that Sam and Dean are going to take the boys out of town because they're like, who's left? And the kids are like, the uncle, right, who lives 15 miles out.
Yeah.
So Sam and Dean are going to take the kids there.
Yeah.
And Cass is like, we're kind of dealing with Eve right now. And Dean is like, this is in character. Dean being like, let me save these kids. Okay?
Yes.
Like, yeah, fine. Lots is on the line here, but like, I'm not 100% sure we're actually going to kill Eve. Like, let's save these kids. Yeah. I think that's in character to a point, but they're literally in the middle of this mission.
Sure, yeah.
Cass has no powers.
Yes.
And they're going to leave their father figure and a useless baby in the town full of these new monsters.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, we finished this, we're going to deal with this, and we'll fight Eve next week. You know?
Sure, yeah.
That's not what we're doing here.
No.
They're in the middle of the, like, for as far as they know, the end game.
Yep.
And they just fucking leave?
Yeah, it is.
That is so contrived. Not that Dean cares about 2 lives over a million.
Yeah.
That is in character. But so sorry, you're not even leaving Sam?
Yeah.
It's not like you and Cass
yeah. The two.
So you're going to leave Bobby, the old guy who's like a good hunter, but he's old and he's basically your dad.
Yeah.
And you're going to leave him with someone that cannot defend him.
Yeah.
And will be a liability. Like,
it seems unlikely.
Fuck?
Yeah,
you
it
guys,
does.
You guys are supposed to be good hunters.
Yeah. It is not a great move.
I'm 100% with Cass on this one.
Yeah. Castiel calls him aside and says that they have to worry about the greater purpose, but Dean refuses and tells them to wait while he and Sam get the brothers to safety.
Yeah.
As they drive, Joe watches over his little brother and Dean looks on. At the sheriff's office, Castiel tells Bobby that it was a bad idea letting Sam and Dean go. Bobby warns that no one lets the Winchesters do anything.
True.
And suggests that they interrogate the sheriff again. Sam and Dean drop off the Silvers with their uncle and then leave. The sheriff warns Bobby that Eve can see through him.
Yeah.
Castiel asks for 5 minutes alone with the creature, and Bobby reluctantly agrees.
And Bobby's outside, like, drinking from a flask, and you just hear, like, ah! Ah! And then Cass comes out, and he's, like, wiping blood off his hands, and he goes, she's at that diner over on whatever. Like, he's
and tells Sam and Dean, calls Sam and Dean with the information.
But then we cut to Sam and Dean have arrived back. Well, we see them drop off the kids with the uncle.
Yeah.
We cut to them, like, back, and we see inside the interrogation room, and, like, head's been ripped clean off.
Yeah.
And Cass has no powers.
Yeah, I don't get that part.
Is he lying?
Maybe.
It doesn't 100% make sense because of some of the stuff that happens later. But, like, I was thinking about this. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
So, like, powerless Cass, bare hands, ripped a monster's head off of its shoulders?
Yeah, that seems unlikely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
No.
Like,
You're not.
there's no indication that he actually does have his powers.
No.
So
No, he doesn't have his powers.
He definitively doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's weird.
that's pretty fucked up.
Anyways,
Unless he cut it off. But
yeah.
but we're even further removed from that because it's not like he came out like cleaning a knife and his
No,
hands.
no.
He just came out cleaning his hand. Like it basically like implies that he just went in there, grabbed the guy under the chin, and just went. "Ah!"
yeah. Weird.
Tell them the man in black sent you.
I'm the one who rips. Oh, Dean.
I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that monster. I've been watching your TikToks.
Yeah. They each take one shotgun shell and go to the diner where they were earlier.
Yeah.
Dean says that he and Sam.
Important to note that there are 5 shotgun shells.
Yes. So somebody's
But
getting 2.
4 are, Dean puts 2 in his pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dean says that he and Sam will go in and draw Eve out. Castiel and Bobby will back them up.
Yeah.
The brothers go inside, walk past the customers, and sit down. Sam uses his oh my god, this is one of my favorites. He uses his like phone, but I've had a phone in that time period, and he's like using it like a camera, and I was like, that is not what that's gonna look like.
Nope.
But he uses his phone on the camera on the phone to basically see which ones are the monsters.
Yeah.
And it's basically everybody.
Yeah,
in
exactly,
the diner. Then Eve, dressed as a waitress, offers them food,
Really working through something there.
and they realize who she is.
Oh, man.
The name tag Eve is wearing in the diner is Angela, just the female version of Angel.
Oh, sure.
It's kind of fun. The starships lock the door, draw the blinds, and relieve Sam and Dean of their guns.
Yeah. They should be relieved of their lives for having such a
All
stupid name.
right. They're not going to last beyond this. It's fine. She realizes that they have Phoenix Ash and tells her minions to destroy the guns, and then explains that she's not there to fight.
Yeah.
When they ask what she wants, Eve explains that she preferred the original arrangement where hunters and monsters had a balance.
Yeah, monsters would turn some humans. Humans would hunt some monsters. That's about it.
But then
now, like,
Samuel,
you and your fucking ilk are, like, capturing and torturing monsters, even, like, my firstborns.
yeah,
What the fuck is this?
yeah. I mean,
you did this.
I mean,
You're why I'm here.
you kind of agree with her. I'll be honest. Like, you're like, look. I mean, yeah.
I will say, I always kind of like the villain motivation of, like,
I liked what we
I was
had.
fine with the with the détente. You know,
Yeah.
like
It's the Captain Cold thing. It's
a
like,
thing I kind of
yeah.
I kind of dig that where it's like, but you just couldn't leave well enough alone.
Yeah.
Fucking could you?
Yeah.
You know, like
It's true.
that's shit that I like it of like. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like that motivation.
Yeah.
It just sucks. It took us until episode 19 to get there.
I know. But so she had to push back. When Dean and Sam don't believe her, Eve takes on the form of Mary Winchester.
Thank you.
Mommy.
Yeah, I mean, in in a final act of kindness for having made it through so much of season 6.
Yeah, they put Mary Winchester in a
Locked
diner
down a
outfit.
whole new search term for me. Mary Winchester waitress.
Ruined.
Hashtag ruined. Yeah.
To emphasize her point about a mother's love. Although Eve is the titular character of the episode, fans have always speculated the return of Mary Winchester or Ellen Harvell, who had reappeared in several episodes earlier, before Mommy Dearest aired. Their hunch was proved partially correct when Eve shapeshifted into Mary while talking to the latter's sons at the diner.
Sure.
Dean tells her to kill them and be done with it. But Eve says that she just wants Crowley, who's not dead.
Yeah, they're like, he's definitely dead. We watched it happen. And don't tell me it didn't happen. I saw it happen.
There were 4 lines.
Oh, sorry. I was doing
Oh.
Eric Bana in Star Trek.
Oh, sure. We both went Star Trek, though. Weird.
Yeah. She's like, he's definitely still alive. I can see him through my monster's eyes. And they're like, but what? Because he's like after purgatory or whatever. And she's like, you fucking idiots. It's about the souls. And we finally get kind of a gambit of the season.
Yeah.
We've been building to this. She's like, souls are energy. They're power. Imagine what someone like the King of Hell would do if they tapped into not only all the souls in hell, but all the souls in purgatory.
Exactly.
It's like, imagine that amount of raw power.
If she can't stop Crowley, then she'll convert everyone on Earth to bolster her forces.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, exactly. She's like, I'll make everyone a monster, and then I'll be the one with the power.
Yeah, Grant's past is her laboratory to build the perfect monster.
Yeah. I like this idea, this gambit a little bit, and I do like that we finally gotten to the point of like souls as currency.
Totally.
We know that they are currency because demons have been selling souls forever.
Totally.
But we never really get the why.
Yeah.
Other than like, then you go to hell. But it's like, but what does that mean? And this is a really like specific thing of like, you want them to go where you are.
Yeah.
Because then that power goes there too.
Totally.
And so it's like a resource. Like they're literally like mining soul. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Eve admits that there were a few failures, but she's perfected the process.
Yeah.
Smiling, she then tells them that she used the brothers as the ultimate test. Ryan was one of the creatures.
Yeah, she was like, I needed my monsters to be able to like sneak past hunters.
Exactly. Joe's uncle finds Joe dead on the floor.
Yeah.
His neck ripped out.
Yeah, and fucking Ryan's there, creepy piece of shit.
Yeah, covered in blood, and Joe comes back to life.
Yeah, and then they fuck up that uncle.
Yeah, they kill him. The brothers are less...
No, they just beat him up.
Yeah.
Wail on him.
Ow!
I made the perfect monster.
Yeah. They just beat the shit.
Bullies.
Yeah. The brothers are less than thrilled that Eve has played them. She offers them a proposal, though. They bring her Crowley, and she lets them live.
Yeah.
Dean immediately refuses and points out that he has no other options.
Yeah.
Her creatures bring in Castiel and Bobby, and Eve explains that she's far older than any angel, and she knows how to negate his powers.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I know what makes you tick or whatever. Yeah.
She repeats her offer, sweetening the pot by promising not to kill Bobby and Castiel. But again, Dean refuses.
Yeah.
Although Sam is hesitant to provoke Eve, Dean states that after spending the past few months working for a demon, they aren't going to work for monsters and dares her to kill them.
Yeah.
Eve says that she'll turn them instead of, and Dean still refuses.
Yeah.
Saying that even if she beats him with a wire hanger, they still won't cooperate.
Yeah.
Which is a line from Mommy Dearest. Well, it's not a line, but a thing. Basically, it's a thing that happens in the movie.
Oh, Jesus.
She grabs him and says not to test her, and Dean tells her to bite him.
And then she does.
Yeah. And then she starts gagging and falling backwards.
Yeah. This is such a fucking like Batman moment.
Yeah.
Like, Dean has played like 3D chess.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, and because at first you're like,
it's like the guns get taken, their stuff gets destroyed. Bobby and Cass get captured. Presumably their weapons are destroyed. All of this stuff has happened, and they don't just get killed. She tries to bite them, and the reveal is that Dean had taken the extra.
Yeah.
Emptied it into his shot of whiskey and just drank it. So it's in him. So
which
the
is
Phoenix
such a
Ashes
ballsy move.
and it's such a fucking he's good.
Well, because he's like
It's
it doesn't hurt me.
It's
so
such a good Dean moment.
well, and that's why I think they did the it doesn't hurt him thing, because it's like you have to set up that it's like
I understand like the structure of say a thing here, do it there.
yeah.
But you still theoretically need to make that organic. And
Sure,
it didn't. It's not. But
yeah, Chekhov's Phoenix bullet shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
And
just the way he intended.
yes, it is a ballsy move, but it also explains why he's like, no, I refuse. Like,
I mean, he's always like that anyway. But
This
that
is a
is
little
the
bit
bit
extra.
that is organic. You know,
Yeah.
like it's why she would fall for it is because that's not out of character for you know what I mean. Like that bit's actually kind of brilliant.
yeah.
It's such a good moment.
As they watch Eve burn
She's
up,
like fucking oozing and she's like sick and also kind of doing like the way demons kind of glow and shit before they like zap out or whatever.
And she collapses on
Yeah.
the floor. The creatures then start to attack Castiel.
As soon as she's dead, all the creatures are like shit, and then Cass gets his powers back, and he's like, "Cover your eyes," and he fucking like angel smites all of them. And I love that when they come back, like when it's done, Bobby's like, "We gotta take you on more monster hunts." It's like a room full of these.
So funny.
Yeah.
Dean immediately insists on going to save Ryan and Joe now.
Yeah, and Cass is like, "I fucking told you," and he's like, "I know." Fuck you.
But he agrees and teleports them to the house, and they find the uncle dead.
Yeah.
Joe and Ryan are now in the basement, dead, and Sam finds traces of sulfur indicating that demons are responsible.
Yeah.
Dean and Sam tell Castiel what Eve told them about Crowley, and the angel says that he'll look into it immediately and teleports away. Once he's gone, Bobby wonders how Castiel screwed up and suggested that Castiel let Crowley get away.
Right, because reminder, and we saw this in the then and now,
Yeah.
Cass is the one that found Crowley's bones and burned them, and then we saw Crowley burn up.
Exactly.
They go like, Cass wouldn't fuck that up.
Exactly. Dean doesn't believe it, and Sam isn't so sure. Castiel goes to the diner and finds Crowley waiting for him.
Yep.
Crowley says he's tired of cleaning up after his messes. So a couple things here. When Castiel is surveying the aftermath in the diner in which Eve is killed, Crowley appears. The song that begins playing on the jukebox is Miracles by Jefferson Starship. Earlier, Dean dubbed the monsters Jefferson Starship, so it kind of makes sense. The lyrics to the chorus, Jefferson Starship's Miracles, have some interesting correlations to Castiel's growing struggles with his faith in God and uncertainty in his decisions. Also, Mark Shepard was uncredited in this episode to preserve the twist that the character was still alive.
Right, fair enough.
Because they always have those credits at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
But before we start talking, well, before we let you go, why don't we talk about our reviews? What did you think?
It's such a pain in the ass that this is the only episode in which Eve makes any sense
I know.
as an adversary.
I know.
And it's just done.
Yeah.
It's like all of this meandering, nothing bullshit we've been going through. Even in the episode, Dean's like, fucking dragons. Like,
Yeah.
Even like, it's kind of like that meta thing that Supernatural
With
has
like
a little-
bugs and stuff. Yeah.
But you know, like they're all this meandering bullshit. Like, what about the alphas? What about Samuel? What, Crowley? Blah blah blah. And it all comes together in this episode. And then she's just fucking dead. This giant primordial being
Who like created
who's more
all
powerful than
monsters.
Angels.
Yes.
Who's, like, she's just gone. It's a badass moment for Dee. Like, I like how she goes, but like we couldn't get like 3 episodes of this, 2 episodes of this. Like, I love that it's like, oh, she's gone, and then there's the twist of like, oh fuck, Crowley and Castiel. Like that. That's cool, but it doesn't make the other part of it less frustrating.
Totally.
Like, this could have been done earlier. We could have gotten more of it. It didn't have to be like some of this didn't have to be as much of a mystery.
Totally.
You know, like the Cass and Crowley thing is a mystery.
Yeah.
And a reveal. But the rest of it didn't have to be as much. We could have just enjoyed this new being, this new monster. Like, we barely see her make anything.
Yeah.
We only learn in this episode that she brought back dragons.
It's true. Yeah, you're totally right.
Because in the dragons episode, it's just like, well, we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, but I guess there's dragons. Yeah.
And it's only in this episode that Dean's like, so you did dragons?
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just been one episode of Conworm, and then in this episode, Jefferson Starships.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't even seen her be like, yeah, well, this time I made an ass with poisoned farts. Like, whatever.
Sure.
It's Doom Patrol.
Oh, okay.
But you know what I mean? Like, we barely even get the idea that she's creating. We only just learn in this episode she's controlling monsters.
It's true, yeah.
Like, all of this could have been spread out. We could have enjoyed this journey more. So it's so fucking frustrating. Like, the stuff in this episode is pretty good, but like, Jesus, what a wasted potential, thrown away information. You know, this stuff like seemingly that she's like more important or whatever. Yeah, it's all basically bullshit.
Yeah.
This episode's fine.
Yeah.
I'd give it I'd give it 3 bite me mommies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my problem with this is that you fought the devil. The up until the devil, it was like every season was like, this is terrifying. We've never gone up against something at this level. It's like, well, now you fought the devil. Like there's only one other thing that could scare you, and we're not getting there anytime soon. So it's like, where do you go?
It also just feels like a weaker version of a thing that we've done, like the setup of like going to a town that is all controlled by this monster.
It's like Lilith, yeah.
I know, but Lilith was scarier.
Yeah.
And
they don't make her scary at all.
With like, like think of like War or whatever. You know, like that episode.
Yeah.
Like, we've had scarier versions of even the same setup.
Yeah, it's just like
it's all just it's just depressingly wasted potential.
And I think that's my problem with this episode was like there is no build up to any fear of this monster.
Totally.
And it doesn't.
And she's been threatening them, and then we get there, and she's like, I don't want to kill you.
Yeah, yeah. It's the culmination of like lackluster writing throughout the season. That basically it's like if they didn't have like Ben, it's like basically there would be no good episodes this season. So it's like
it's really slapdash.
Yeah, and so for me, it's like it all culminates to this thing where it's like and then nothing, and it's like, well, yeah, big surprise, right? So
because even the Cass Crowley reveal, we only learn what the Souls thing is about with Crowley,
but not even like,
but we don't like set up
why Castiel is involved.
We don't set up their gambit. So it means that the energy of the episode is like learn stuff, big climax, kill a big monster, and then you're down here again. It's like, so next episode, like 3 or 4 episodes from the end of the season, we have to start a new arc.
Yeah.
We have to learn everything all the fuck over again.
Yeah.
It's so bullshit.
It's a thing that the past 5 seasons did really well, which is like you pepper in a little bit of all of it throughout the season, and then by the time you get to the end, it's like, well, we know all of it.
And
now.
It should feel like it's an engine.
Yes.
It's like, well, now we're leaping right into, but this isn't that. It's like it ended, and then we've got to go like, then the guy, like even the guy in the episode, they have to like learn about. Like, they're gonna have to confront Castiel. They're gonna have to learn shit. You know,
yeah,
like,
it's just
At this point, it should just be like, oh fuck, and the dominoes fall. But that's not the energy of this at all.
Yeah, you're right, and I think that 3 is the right choice. So I'm gonna give this 3 glasses of Phoenix whiskey out of 5.
Ugh.
I know. Well, before we go, why don't we look at a note from a fellow hunter?
Sure, yeah.
With the subject, thank you.
Okay.
Hey guys, I had to take a hiatus from listening for a few months because real life got a little too much for a while there.
That happens.
Sorry to hear that. I've just recently returned to listening, and it really feels like things are getting back to normal for me because of that. Just finished listening to Hammer of the Gods with Juicebox.
Tight.
And it was awesome. Not that the two of you aren't wonderful on your own, but your guests have been great so far, and I enjoy the little extra they bring. A thing we haven't done in forever.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd also like to add that I also follow the Frisky Pigeon because of you.
Is that what they're called?
Friendly Pigeon.
Friendly Pigeon.
Yeah. Because of you. And just like Juicebox, my Instagram and Twitter feed get regular smut updates because of it, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, our account follows it, and so I still get them all the time.
Love it.
I can't wait to get all caught up. Thanks for making this excellent podcast. It's the best rewatch there is for me. From Kaylee.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you
Not
so
really
much.
a question, but I just wanted to read it because I thought it was
that's a
fun.
lovely note. That's great. I love that.
If you want to continue to have fun discussions like that, and I mean, there's so much. I reached out to Juicebox recently and was like, people love you. Do you want to come back on? And they said yes. So
Tight.
we're going to get more Juicebox in the near future.
Nice.
Everyone talks about how great Juicebox is on our Discord.
Yeah, if you go to patreon.com/ghostfacers for only $1 a month, you get access to Angel Radio. It's our community Discord server. It's so lovely in there. People are great, and it helps to support us.
Also, if you have a note for a future episode, like we got from Kaylee today, you can send us an email at ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com or reach out to us through our various social media platforms.
That's right. We're at GhostfacersPod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't forget to subscribe so you can get our episode automatically in your feed every single week. And while you're on that platform, why don't you give us a 5-star review and we will read it on a future episode of the show.
Yeah, baby.
If it's not on Apple Podcast or Facebook, just make sure to take a screen grab and send it over to us. Also, if you want to show the world that you are a lore whore or a fan of the sandwich segment, or like what Hungary,
a sandwich slut,
or love what Hungary did in the first season.
I have no criticisms of Hungary.
In the first season.
Landed that plane.
I was like, that Jefferson Starship.
Fuck me.
Well, we've got a whole other podcast that I think you might be interested in.
Yeah.
We talked enough about comics in this episode
We
today.
sure did, yeah. The Dr. DC podcast, we talk about DC Comics. We answer listener questions. You don't need to know anything about superheroes, but if you like the way we talk about monsters and stuff over here, you might like how we talk about that stuff over there.
Well, that's it for today. Say goodbye, bitch.
Jerk.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.